Ladies and gentlemen, American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Well, just like they did with Matt Gaetz, it looks like the Hegseth nomination for Department of Defense is not going very well in the United States Senate. I mean, you've got people like Senator Graham saying, Trump loyalists say, hey, it's going to be tough. You got Kennedy saying he's going to have to answer all this stuff. You got all the infidelity. You've got the sexual attack allegation. And then you've got this alcohol issue. When you're dealing with Trump, all the false allegations relative or even allegations of womanizing, President Trump's been through all that himself. Trump does not like drinking. He's never drank alcohol. His brother died of alcoholism. So you've got a real issue here that, in my opinion, it would not be the case. The Trump transition team has to be on purpose floating Ron DeSantis as a replacement. And by the way, Ron DeSantis would be an awesome replacement for the following reasons. DeSantis was military. He was in Congress. He's friends with everybody in Congress. He would be incredible as Secretary of Defense. And he was MAGA without declaring his loyalty to MAGA when he ran against him. But he thinks along the same lines as Trump. Also, it would allow them to place somebody in the governorship, fresh start, get somebody out in front of them. And guess what? DeSantis can make a real good deal. I'm going to nominate Lara Trump to replace Rubio. He goes in the Department of Defense. Everybody freaking wins. I think this is going to probably happen. The Chicago mayor was pulverized by constituents who praised Trump and blasted them for illegal aliens in their city. See, the tide might finally be turning on these blue cities, sanctuary cities, where those in the city have had enough. When you look at the murders and the murder problem, the black-on-black crime in Chicago, the economic hardship in Chicago, and then the illegal alien issue on Chicago, I mean, you want these people running that city? I don't think so. Canada. Trump made a joke about Canada being the 51st state, and Trump posted a graphic of the Canadian flag on top of a mountain and him standing there yesterday. I mean, it's kind of interesting. But Canada is our friend, and everything will get worked out. But I would just assume have Canada. Isn't it wild that unlike Russia, we don't invade countries or annex them unless they want us to? Deporting law. This is big Circuit Court of Appeals decision, allows Trump to do what he wants to do on deportation. It looks like Trump is going to be probably Time Person of the Year, and he's also going to be Patriot of the Year. He's going to go to the Fox Nation show to receive that award. The inauguration cost you about $1 million for the smorgasbord of events, including the inaugural ball. And I think that's $1 million of new money. Democratic leaders, same old folks they elected in the Senate. You got Schumer and you got Durbin. Same folks. All right, and Trump's appointment, the sheriff from Florida, who was apparently kind of like a pro-vax kind of guy, has withdrawn his nomination for the Department of the DEA. Gavin Newsom wants $25 million from California lawmakers. You know what for? For lawsuits against Trump. When do these guys ever learn? Eric Adams has come out in defense of Penny's stranglehold in the New York trial. He says, cancel me if you want. Boy, isn't it great? The black liberal mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, gets prosecuted by Biden, and guess what? And Trump predicted that because he stood up to Biden. Guess what? He's sucking up to Trump. I'll bet you the liberals in New York are ready to lose their minds. Donald Trump Jr. has joined the board of Public Square. He was involved in that from the beginning when it went public, so that doesn't shock me. Musk lost round 2 or 3 on his pay to get $100 billion. The judge ruled against him, but I'm sure he'll appeal. Trump team has asked for the conviction in New York to be thrown out, in part based upon the pardon of Hunter Biden. Barkley, can't make this up. This is funny. Charles Barkley and Mark Cuban think that they can win the presidency as a ticket. But I think Barkley was looking for Cuban as his VP, and I think Cuban is looking for Barkley to be his VP. Guess what? They have no chance. BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street are being sued by Texas. Do you know that those three, according to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., those three companies basically own 85% of everything? That's scary stuff. AOC is the first person to get to 1 million followers on Blue Sky. Yay, AOC. House Democrats mocked inflation and the working man on a website, and they've taken it down. They're basically saying, oh, everybody's doing so good. See, they don't get the fact that the wealthy are always doing well. It's the non-wealthy that aren't doing well. Hunter Biden owes $300,000 in rent. I wonder if he's going to ask for a pardon on rent. He can't. Daniel Penny trial, the jury in the 1-hour deliberation asked for a rereading of a justifiable defense. Very interesting. South Korea, they instituted martial law and then undid it like within hours. Joe Biden went to Angola, the country, and he called it a city, and he was being pulled around like a little kid. I mean, just embarrassing as hell. 2/3 of our country believe that the media is biased, the national media bias. That means they're losing power. Trump says he will block the sale of Nippon Steel buying U.S. steel. House COVID report came out. It's 520 pages. I'm going to read through it and I'll report to you what it says. A Vietnamese woman, billionaire, who apparently embezzled a bunch of money, has to pay back $6 billion of her $9 billion or they'll execute her. I think she'll probably do that, wouldn't you? Oh, I pay $6 billion, I don't get executed, I get to keep $3 billion. Who doesn't like that deal? $150.7 billion is what Elon Musk says illegals have cost this country. Isn't that sad? Do not be a beastly, prattling bandog. Your Shakespeare insult of the day. Coming up next, local news. Local news. Cincinnati police have released a photograph of the suspected Mount Adams stabber. Kind of scary when you got somebody going around your neighborhood. You know the thing about stabbing is it's quiet. Just saying. Who concert? Well, guess what, folks? Yesterday, I can't believe I missed it. Yesterday was the anniversary of the Who concert where 11 Cincinnatians died being trampled. I was supposed to go to that concert. I was lying. I was a little kid. I was lying to my parents to go. I would have been wild, terrible. I knew one of those individuals who died. He went to Brian Wagner. We called him Bugsy. I went to Latin school with him in his first year at Latin school. Ryan Quarles took over the technical colleges of the state of Kentucky. Pretty big deal. What a pay raise for him. He knows how to climb that ladder, even if it wasn't governor. Jennifer Brunner is the last remaining Democrat on the Ohio Supreme Court. For all you mega Trumpers, you just watch how they start taking away your rights. I told you it was going to happen. And what's really sad is these Republicans who won, they don't like Trump. They can't stand Trump. But guess why they won? Because of Trump. Max Wise says they're going to do a lot to combat DEI in the Kentucky State Legislature. He was Kelly Craft's running mate, good guy, member of the House, and now the House Whip. Ed Nichols, he went out, let me see, it was in 1974, December 3rd, left his house. He was only 22 years old, never came back. Apparently the police think they might have finally solved his murder. Let's hope so. Coming up next, Jamie Spindley in his World News.
Just like to start off by saying I'm killing Eric at chess today. I'm up 4-2 to take that bulldog. Let's get going. The latest world headlines. Bangladesh summoned India's envoy following an attack on Bangladesh consulate in India. The incident sparked protests in Bangladesh, where tensions are rising after the fall of the Sheikh Hasina government and their escape to India. The unrest coincides with the trial of a prominent Hindu leader. In other news, South Korean lawmakers have launched impeachment proceedings against the president, Yoon Suk-yeol, after he declared martial law to counter North Korea's communist forces. Within hours, MPs blocked his decision, gathering at the National Assembly despite barricades and police resistance. Scuffles erupted between protesters and authorities outside the building. And the Ukrainian President Zelensky suggested bringing Kyiv-controlled areas under NATO protection to de-escalate the war. Speaking to Sky Sports News, he stated he would accept this only if NATO's membership for all Ukraine, based on its internationally recognized borders, is guaranteed in the future. That's all I have for today. Up next, Sports Without Boundaries. Let's see what's going on in the world of sports.
All right, Sports Without Boundaries. My University of Kentucky Wildcats lost to Clemson at Clemson 70-66. They played defense, but their offense was off. They missed free throws. They turned the ball over too much. But you know what? It'll be okay. Bengals. I forgot about this. You know the Bengals have been part of Hard Knocks this year? You don't think everybody that I know that got involved in Hard Knocks, it doesn't help your team very much. Everybody becomes Hollywood. Referee shortage in high school sports. It's a real problem. You know why they don't make any money? They get bitched at. NKU beat Akron. Good for them. CFP comes out. Alabama's ranked 11th. It looks like Alabama is going to make it. University of Cincinnati lost to Villanova 60-68. And Ken Anderson passed over by the senior committee again for the Hall of Fame. The LA Dodgers now have over $1 billion of deferred payments all the way into 2046. And Algier, he is the Texan linebacker that clobbered the Jaguars quarterback, is now Trevor Lawrence, is now been suspended 3 days. Coming up next, pop culture. All right, pop culture. Sydney Thomas, not Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Thomas was the ring girl that got all that publicity. She's only like 21 years old in the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. You ready for this, Jamie Spindley and Sabrina? She dumped her boyfriend days before that event. Isn't that awful? Finally getting famous, you leave him behind. I don't know about that. Sophia Rain, who apparently makes like $60 million a year with OnlyFans. She founded OnlyFans. She's apparently allegedly a Christian virgin good girl. Eminem's mom passed away. Apparently they were estranged all the way up to the end. She apparently wrote a book, but he still took care of her financially. I kind of like that. Hey, Mom, I'm not going to have you in my life, but I'm going to take care of you financially. She died of cancer. And YMCA, the group, has come out and said it is not a gay anthem. And they love that Trump uses it. YMCA is not a gay anthem. So find another song, Jamie. I'm just teasing. Apple Martin. This is Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin from Coldplay's daughter. She seems to be a real winner. She became a debutante in Paris. Is there any more than debutante balls? Like, we're better than everybody else. Debutante. Rocket Man is gone blind. Sad. He's only like 77. He's not even old yet. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope today is yours.